Just to watch this, I'm triggering the Python job, which is MCP single agent is a Python job name, and I click on enter. I just running the MCP single agent Python job. So it's looking for the user input. I'm going to ask a question. What is model control protocol in AI? And also 4 plus 6 is as a single question I am triggering. I mean, we are doing as a input. So it is taken that input, user input, the what is the model control protocol in AI, and 4 plus 6, and first step, it is taken the first step, it triggered the tool called knowledge tool, and again triggering the input for the particular tool. What is the input from this not input, what is the question for that particular tool? It's a kind of input, and it will trigger the output for that one. And then again the step 2, watch it, it is again triggering the tool called calculator, and it's calculating the inputs like 4 plus 6, and output is 10, and finally it giving the output, because these are all logs. Okay, these are all logs. For our understanding, we printed the logs verbose, and remember this is the output. Our addition of 4 plus 6 is the it's the output is equal to 10 is the output. Okay, now look at this. It explains the MCP, that is model control protocol in AI. It calculates the 4 plus 6 and combines both into one answer. This is not a normal chatbot. This is a agent plus MCP system. What you just saw is something powerful. A single question, but the AI is doing multiple tasks, step by step. This is not just answering. This is decision plus execution. So the question is, how does this actually work? Let's break it down. In our early videos, we built the Agentic AI using LangChain framework, which was in Tamil actually in our previous earlier videos. Okay, uh, which where the Agentic AI directly call the tools, where there is no tool in between this, the agent directly calls the tools. Okay, this works for there is a limitation. This works for the small projects, but it doesn't scale up because there is no structure, no separation between the tools, or to manage multiple tools. For example, if we are different team making different tools, we have to integrate the tools in a single code or single project to call it repeatedly, to call the different tools. It is very tough to handle this kind of scaling up projects using agent which calls the tools directly. That's what we did in the last few videos, where Agentic AI calls the tools using LangChain framework. Okay, now that's where MCP comes into the picture. That is model control protocol comes to the picture. In simple terms, agent decides but MCP executes. That's what agent decides and MCP executes. Agent MCP tools, this diagram showing that thing only. That means agent will decide, and in front of MCP, MCP register the tools and call the tools for the executions, and tools will execute it. Okay, so agent MCP tools. Before we jump into the code, let's quickly understand MCP. MCP stands for Model Control Protocol. Think of it like a system that manages how tools are used. System that manages how tools are used. In simple terms, agent decides what to do, MCP handles how it gets done. So instead of agent directly calling the tools, everything goes through MCP, Model Control Protocol. And that's what makes the system scalable and structured. For understanding, just think like this. Agent is the manager. MCP integrating system is the system. And tools which do the job, which workers. These are the workers. So agent is the manager, MCP is the system, tools are the workers. MCP doesn't replace the agent. It organizes how the agent works. Now let's see how we implemented this in code. As we mentioned in the earlier videos, but there are Tamil videos, I want to remember that LLM is the brain and tools are the executors like human hands and what memory is what you keep it in the memory, and these are the parts of a agentic AI. In this MCP is become the registry for the tools. So let me show you the code which we executed just now at the starting of this video. Again we will execute it, but before that we will just get it to the code. Okay, we used the again ChatGPT, OpenAI models, okay, for the LLM purpose. So LangChain is a framework which we used for the integration of that particular model. Okay, and this is the LLM where it is a this is our brain, the LLM. It makes decisions. And next one is about the tools. The tools are, we define two methods. It may be the, but here we use the two methods. We can may you instead of this method you can use the APIs or web call or whatever you want. You can call it. Okay, different tools. But here we use the two methods. One is the calculator method, and another one is the knowledge method. Actually, these are the workers. Like calculator and knowledge are the workers. And next, the very important part where the MCP comes to the picture. MCP tool registry is the class which I created where we registering the tools. Here we register all tools. This keep things organized. Okay. Here we registering all the tools, so we can keep the things organized way. Okay. So this is a very important part of the MCP. And next one is the MCP executor, where it executes the tools. That means action happened, triggering the tools, kind of. Okay. See, it is the core part, very important core part. This is MCP executor. This agent does not call tools directly. But which one calling the tools? MCP call the tools. MCP execute them. Okay. So if you have more number and a lot of tools, then you can register with the MCP. Then it will call based on the agent decisions. So agent decides, and the agent won't call the MCP tools directly. MCP executor, which are registered in the MCP, the tools will be called by the MCP executor based on the LLM decisions, that is agent decisions. So MCP execute the tools. The agent, okay, this is memory part. This is just keeping the data and history and all, everything we are keeping in the memory. There is a long-term memory. Already we saw the conversational memory like short-term memory. Okay, the agent only decides what to do and not how to do it. Is the difference. The agent will decide what to do, but it won't decide, won't think of like how to do it. That how to do it part is with MCP. So the agent part is which is decide. So that's what it's a method name we are given as a decide, and we given the prompts based on our requirements. We have to give the prompts. Okay, and this is again it is loaded in the JSON for the permanent long-term memories to get the information between the sessions. That's why for one question it generate multiple steps. Okay, Now let's run it again and see the flow clearly. So I'm again running the Python job. So the same question, already we have the same output here, but anyway, I want to run it again for our understanding. I given the input and again the user input is taken the user input, and then the step one, it is processing. We given the we given a single question, but there is two part of the questions. One is what is model control protocol in A is the one part, and 4 plus 6 is the second part. So check here. It taken the tool called knowledge, and the model control protocol in A is one part of the question is taken, which is opted for the tool knowledge tool. So it executes, and it's come back in the see here in the next tool calculator, which is for the 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, so this is the final output what is doing. In step 1 it is the knowledge tool, and in step 2 it is the calculator tool. MCP execute both steps, and the LLM combines the result finally. Here is the key takeaway. Agent gives intelligence, MCP gives architecture. And when you combine both, you can build real AI system. An agent alone is not enough. MCP is what makes it production ready. Hi guys, friends, if this helps you, please like, subscribe, and comment so that it will motivate me to make more videos like this in English and Tamil. Thank you for your time, friends. Thank you very much.